Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for testifying today, and again for all that you do for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. There was an issue that we used to face once every 10 years. I'm from Allegheny County, representing the Pittsburgh airport area, and that was BRAC. Now it seems like every year we're fighting to save the 9/11th and some changes maybe at the 171st. So is it possible for you to give the committee an update on those two facilities, since it would have a significant economic impact to our region and state if we lose those?
Okay, that's both the 171st and the 9/11th?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yes, Representative, I'd be glad to. The 171st continues to be in a very good spot, I would say. Being air refueling squadron and wing, they're the largest in the Air Guard, probably one of the busiest and have probably the best reputation for service delivery of any air refueling wing in the Air Guard or the Air Reserve. Their geographic location at Pittsburgh is ideal for supporting the air bridge over the Atlantic, so they're employed there all the time, in addition to their overseas support and missions, which they get tasked anywhere around the globe on a regular basis. The fact that they are tied in with Pittsburgh Airport gives them an economic advantage. They are very cost effective. The Pittsburgh Airport handles things like air traffic control, fire rescue, runway clearing, routine maintenance that if we had a separate base, we, the Air Guard, would have to pay for it all. So that puts them in a great advantage. They are one of the top competitors for the new K-46 tanker refueling aircraft. I'm very confident either the next one that gets selected or the one after that will be the 171st. So I'm not really concerned about them. They're in a really good position. The 9/11th wing, however, an Air Force Reserve wing, which is not under my direct control because it's Air Force Reserve rather than Air Guard. Unfortunately, they fly the oldest model C-130s that are out there. It's a very large wing in total number of people with a very small amount of airplanes to support. We will know by March 11th when the president's budget is issued whether there'll be any attempt to reduce or modify that wing. There doesn't appear to be any chance that they will be BRAC'd because there doesn't seem to be any appetite in the Congress for a BRAC. But a reduction in force of that wing is definitely possible, something we'll have to watch for.
And that was one of the areas that I know the Volunteer Military Affairs Council had tried to save last time, was the disagreement with the feds on the number of actual bodies that were there. And the inability to get actual data from the federal government to save the base. So is there any suggestions, recommendations, other than keep doing what we've done in the past to save it, that you would recommend to our local community that works so hard on this issue?
The community out there has been extremely supportive, so I would continue to recommend do what you're doing, get the local congressman involved, and certainly Congressman Tim Murphy has led that effort. That's his district. You've got good allies on both senators. They're also concerned. Really, the entire congressional delegation seems to be concerned. The governor has gone on record that it's a wise thing to keep this unit there. So just keep that going, because the Air Force Reserve unit, again, being based at Pittsburgh, has a similar economic advantages for the Air Force of maintaining that air base there, because the air base itself, the airport, picks up a lot of the costs. So there are advantages for the Air Force to maintain that. Long term, we're going to have to get them another airplane, because sooner or later they're going to shut down that specific airplane. So they may morph into another mission. We'll see. But I would recommend keep on doing what you're doing.
Now, I did hear you say that the KC-46 tanker, we are a strong candidate for the 171st
Correct.
to receive that. And would you repeat for me again when that decision should be made?
The first, they're going to award it to 4 Air Guard wings. The first decision has already been made, and that's Pease Air Force Base in New Hampshire. The next decision will be about 3 years from now. I think we're a prime candidate for that at that point. And I will tell you, even if we don't get it this time around, but we have to wait for 3 years beyond that, the Air Force is going to be flying KC-135 tankers, which is what the 171st has, for the next 30 or 40 years. So we're still remain in a very, very competitive spot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.